Students, good morning. How are you? I hope all you are well and fine. So, students, today we are going to discuss about a chapter. The title of the chapter is The Necklace, and this is chapter number 7 for 10th class English, Language and Literature. So, the name of the book is Footprint Without Print. Okay, this is 7th chapter as per CBSE board. So the writer of this chapter is Guy de Maupassant. So as per the introduction, we see in this story, this is the story name is Necklace. In this story, Matilda was a middle class lady. Okay, there was a middle class lady whose name was Matilda. Okay, so she was born in a clerk family. At the same time, she married to a clerk also named M. Hamill. Okay, she was very pretty, but was dissatisfied. Always she had a discontent heart. Okay, so whatever she get, she was not satisfied with that, and she was always willing to get more and more. So she was very dissatisfied in life because of her property also. Okay, once she borrowed a necklace from her friend. Mrs. Madam Forestier, and that was lost in a ball, or that was lost in a party. So that was very difficult time for them to replace the necklace, and to replace the necklace, she had to live a very miserable life. At the same time, she lived with very pathetic condition. The tale is about how her desire to have more lead to her ruin. Okay, that was the introduction part of this chapter, or that was the introduction part of this lesson. So let us look the summary, and this part will be for summary, and the next part will be character sketch. Matilda was a pretty lady, born in a poor family, means born in a clerk family, or was married to a clerk. Her husband was working as a clerk in education department, Ministry of Education, and she suffered a lot of misery as she felt that she had been born for better things. Okay, that was her thinking. So she will always get better things. Only she would be daydreaming. What? She would be daydreaming of luxurious house, dainty dinner, or elegant dresses, and beautiful jewelry. That was her heart's desire. One day, her husband come with an invitation letter, and he saw to her that they were invited to a ball, to a party that is, conducted by their office. So, husband was so happy, Mr. M. Louisel. Okay, he was very happy, and with very pleasant heart, he has shown to that invitation. But instead of getting happy, so she was absolutely angry. So why she was angry? Because she complained that she had no good dress to wear, and she had no ornaments to wear. So somehow she pronounced only a good dress. So somehow her husband tried to make her understand that so whatever dress he has, she's supposed to wear that, but she was not agreed with him. Okay, she was not agreed with him, and somehow her husband went to the marketplace. At the same time, he also purchased the dress and the campaign. And after that, she was thinking there should be a necklace also. There should be something jewelry that I should wear because the party is there. Different kinds of people and a different kind of people and from different society. They have come there. They might have come there, and they will come there. So that is why she should have a necklace also. Somehow her husband wanted to make her to understand that it is good to take fresh flower as for the ornaments, and she would use good flowers, but she was not agree with that talk, with that suggestion. Somehow, so her husband remembered that there is a lady whose name is Madam Forstier, okay, whose name, and she was very rich lady, and if she would go there, if his wife would go there, so definitely something happened. That was he believed, and he asked to go there and borrow from her a necklace. At the same time, she agreed and she went there and she asked for a necklace and she got. Then after she dressed up and she got the new dress and she wear the new dress and the necklace. Everything was very okay. When she satisfied, both of them went to the party. When they went to the party, when she reached there, everybody were praising to her. Those who are watching, actually, she was very pretty, and she was very beautiful lady. That was true. And when she wore a new dress and necklace, her beautiness and her charmness, that reflected to others, and others were began to, praise to her and adore to her, and by having all these things, and she was so happy. Then after the time have come for dancing, and she danced a lot. Till the morning time, she danced and danced and danced. But her husband didn't dance, so he was sitting in a corner. But somehow he wasn't disturbed to his wife. Okay, he was waiting, and for the end moment of the dance, and somehow when the time over, one by one step she danced there, and almost those who were there with them she danced, and finally the dance has been over, and they reached to the home. When they reached to the home, so she wanted to see her final looking or her final appearance, and she went to the before the mirror, and when she started to watch herself, she screamed, "Alas, where is my necklace?" like this. Then her husband heard about the screaming, and he was also half dressed because that was almost morning time, and he was willing to change his dress, and he would have to do some other work. But when he heard the screaming, then he ran and reached there. Then Matilda said, "The necklace has been lost." That was very terrible time for them, and somehow her husband went to search the necklace. He went to that particular place where the party has been taken place. He searched there, and he went to police station, and he wrote complaint everything he done, and he published that in newspaper. If anybody found, if they will return that, so definitely there will be a reward for them. All things, he was saying, and he said to, or he published that, and finally he went to the cab manager, and he contacted with him, and he said everything, and he also helped him to search. They have searched, but all are vain. Nothing happened there. With the gloomy face and with very terrible mind, he reached to the home, and said to Matilda that necklace was fully lost, and there is no way to get the necklace. Finally, they have decided they would purchase, and so somehow they have to manage to Madam Forestier. Okay, Forestier. So they have written a letter, or they sent a message that there is something problem in her necklace, and that went to the workplace or workshop, and after finishing the work they would return that. So finally they went to the place, or to the jewelry shop, and they asked, and they purchased like the same necklace. So that was the cost of 40,000 francs. Okay, so they were not that much rich to afford 40,000 francs, but they have to do it, they have to purchase it, until unless there was no other way. So they purchased, there was little bit saving money, and his father left him, and that money, and both of them, they borrowed some money from the money lenders, and put together and purchased the necklace, and they returned to Madame Forestier. But after that, their life was something different. They have to sacrifice everything, and they sacrificed also. They sacrificed their quarter, and they went to a street, and they started to live in a street. And whatever things she hadn't done in her life, now she is doing that, especially going to the marketplaces for purchasing ration, for purchasing vegetables, fruits, everything. And just the village women or the poor women, as they were working there, they were going somewhere for collecting drinking water, like the same way she was also doing. Previous maid used to come to their home for cleaning utensils and cleaning home, but now they couldn't afford that, so that she stopped to come there. And this lady Matilda, Matilda, and she started to doing all the housework. At the same time, she started to doing all outwork also. And her husband is also doing overtime work, and doing very hard work for clearing the debt. All the problems are happening in their life. Almost 10 years they suffered a lot to repay their debts. Why these things happened? Only these things happened because they have lost the necklace. If they would haven't borrowed that necklace, they're supposed to not suffer such kind of tragic situation, or they should not have suffered such kind of things. But after 10 years, Matilda met to her friend Mrs. Forestier. When she wanted to talk with her, she couldn't recognize her because she became so ugly and she became so thin, she became so blackish as the ordinary woman appearance or looks like the same way she was also looking. She couldn't recognize her, and finally she told about whole story for what reason she has suffering and for what reason she suffered almost 10 years. But here there is another thing. So Forestier told that was not even 500 francs, but they have spent almost 40,000 because she was little bit and when she returned, when Matilda returned to her, just she took that and put that inside the cupboard. After that, she never seen that. You know, those who are rich person, if they wear, so people will think this is gold. Anna. So, if the poor people they really wear gold, so people will think this is something mixed, duplicate gold, like the same way. But you think here, almost 10 years they have suffered for one single mistake. If they shouldn't commit in such mistake, so they're supposed to have very wonderful and good life. So this was the summary of this chapter. So once again I tell you, if newly you have come to my channel, please subscribe my channel and comment or like or whatever you want if you can do. Thank you. May God bless you.